Thanks everybody for attending. I call this meeting to order. We're going to go into executive session and talk about a new insurance opportunity, as well as two agencies who are courting us for our business. That should not take long when we come out. If we have a vote on the new program, we will share details with owners first and allow for Q&A. It's an interesting opportunity. So, Greg, I will pass this to you.
Certainly, Stacy, want to note that we do have a quorum. Tricia and Joe are in the room. Yourself, Cheryl, Scott, and I are via satellite. And Chad has given you his proxy.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so how this works is all board members are going to drop off the Zoom call. We have a private session arranged on Teams. And then when we're done, we're going to come back to the Zoom call.
It might not be strong enough.
Okay, Cheryl?
Yes, okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Packing and trying to leave tie, that's not going to be strong enough.
Okay, guys, so board member, let's drop off and move over to the Teams call, and then we'll be back. Thank you.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Hang on 1 second.
I'll repeat that. We've had an interesting insurance opportunity come up from our agent USI, and I wanted to share the details of that with owners. And Gary's giving me privileges. Can I do it now, Gary?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Let me get the file up. Do you guys see an Excel file now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
Our current policy.
Tracy might want to zoom in a little bit.
Thanks, Gary.
Okay.
How's that?
Better.
Okay. Our current policy is, roughly $1 million. I'm having USI double check that number to get down granular, but that's about right. This new program, our premium would be for property, $717,000. So about a $300,000 decrease. Our wind hail deductible would go from 10% to 2%. All other peril deductibles would go from $250,000 to $25,000, and wildfire goes from $250,000 to $100,000. And the really great thing about this program is that it's with one carrier. We would once again, for the first time in 3 years, have one insurance policy for property instead of 6 or 7. So that is the really good part. Do we have any questions? Okay. The interesting thing for the board is that this would renew July 1st to July 1st instead of October 15th to October 15th. So I'm sorry, did someone say something? If we go to a July 1st renewal, in our budget meeting in October, we'll have to talk to our agent, try to predict what our premiums will be the following July. Now, if they're going to be lower, we're okay. If they're going to go up, we might have to dip into reserves or do a special assessment. So it just makes the budgeting a little bit more of a guess each October, because July is 8 months away. But the benefit here is we would really be renewing before fire season instead of after fire season. And we've been advised that that's a much better position to be in. Do we have any questions yet? Okay. The cash flow analysis for this is interesting. Currently, our quarterly assessments related to insurance property-wide are $265,000. We have one more monthly financing payment to make under our current program. Note that under our current program, our financing is $102,000. If we go to this new program, it drops down to about $65,000 estimated. So that's kind of where you're seeing this savings. Additionally, we have a much smaller down payment. Our down payment in previous years has been a couple, $200,000 or $300,000, and now they're estimating $90,000. If we cancel our current policy and go with this as of July 1st, in the next 60 to 90 days, we should get a return premium of approximately $258,000 because we are not using the insurance August and September and October. Then our new policy financing would run, as I said, about $64,000 a month. Again, that's estimated. This is for property. We do have other insurances. We have our liability, our management insurance, our cyber insurance. All of those are roughly $50,000. They renew in October. So what USI would do is renew them in October, prorated through July, so that as of July 2027, everything's on the same calendar. So we'd have an additional insurance payment for all of those miscellaneous policies. The net cash effect of all of this through December would be a positive $178,000. And it would be, the board's recommendation, I think, would be to put that in reserves. And then we have that cushion should the premiums the following July go up. We have something to dip into because when we're budgeting in October, we're just estimating what we're going to predict the following year. There is one exclusion that we are asking USI to work on, and they are. We want to see this coverage for ordinance or law to go up from 2.5 million to 10 million. That's what we have in place right now is 10 million. Ordinance and law means that if part of your building burns down, but not all, when you go to rebuild that part that burned down, if county code requires you to bring that part up to code, they will go ahead and bring the whole building up to code so that you don't have a building built in two different ways. That's essentially what ordinance and law is. So that is what we're looking at. Do we have any questions from anyone on the call?
I have one quick question, Stacey. I didn't think to ask an exec session. Are we okay cash flow wise, or would we be dipping into reserves just to pay this initial premiums?
I think Joe and I decided that we're okay. Like the month of July, if we pay that initial premium, I'm showing a positive cash flow, but we might have to dip. Joe, I think that's maybe you would have a better indication.
I mean, it's kind of comes out in the wash because you're going to get it back, but
right, it's all going to come back with this return premium whenever, and that could be August or September. I just was conservative and showed it in October.
Yeah, my analysis tells me that we're fine. We have really good cash flow at the moment, irrespective of all this. And the only risk, if you want to even call it that, is waiting on that 200 and I can't read it, Stacey, 258,000.
Yes.
Be reimbursed for the policies that we're canceling in favor of the Lloyd's of London policy. Waiting on that money for 60 to 90 days. Possibility that it would tighten our cash flow a little bit over that time frame, but we have over $400,000 in reserves. So if we had to dip into reserves to cover that, we'd immediately be paying it back within 30 to 60 days anyway. So I think we're good.
I have a question. Mary Keys here. I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Stacy, going down the road, if we do this and see this amount of savings, will the owners benefit HOA wise in any fee reduction?
It's a good question.
I think that for this year, any our budget is set, but for next year, instead of budgeting 1.06 million for insurance, our budget would be roughly 803,000 for insurance. So that would definitely be a relief in the next budget.
Okay, that's what I was interested in, instead of just charging us the same and doing whatever the board's gonna do with that excess. I think the owners would appreciate a little relief.
The difficult thing for this year is making that change up front, because normally this 102, can you guys still see the Excel sheet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. This 102,000 that's paid in July is our last payment until we renew in October, and then we have a down payment. And so our cash flow totally changes between the current setup and the new setup, where we'll have monthly payments throughout the end of the year. So if you're asking, will we refund you these last 4 months of the year?
No, that's not what
No,
I'm
she,
asking.
yeah,
I'm
I think
I'm
Mary
asking
could,
going
you're
forward.
asking if we can reduce HOA fees, which
Yeah,
I think
HOA
we all
fees
agree
going
because we're all
forward.
owners. But I think it's premature for us to really know what that net effect's going to be until we get to budget time.
Oh, I
Right.
totally understand that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I mean, definitely that's the whole point of this, Mary, is to give us all some relief from this heavy insurance premium. And what we're going to also do in October, because we'll know in October that this is our insurance until July. The question will be, what happens when we renew in July? So July 2027 through December 2027. And in October, the only thing we'll be able to do is really talk to USI. They'll look at what kind of fire season it was. If they say, oh, bad fire season, you might go up a little bit, we'll do what we can for that. If they say, oh no, the industry continues to trend downward, we're going to make an educated guess to try to be as accurate as possible, and then carry that forward in the budget. And so that's going to be a little bit trickier, because in the past, when we renew in October, we always have the exact number to use in the budget. But if we take our extra cash flow and put it in reserves, say we budget this and we think it's going to stay the same in July, well, if it goes up, we might be able to take it out of reserves and apply that and not have to ask more for the owners. So it's a moving target, but it's one that we hope that is just trending down, and that absolutely would be passed to the owners.
All right, thank you. I appreciate the answer.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
Stacy, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, this is Chat York. I haven't met very many folks, but I want to make sure I understand this. The policy renewal would have to go up like 30% next July for this to be a bad decision. Is that kind of ballpark?
Yeah, that's what we're
Okay.
looking at. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it looks, very reasonable. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Nice to meet you. Thanks
Nice.
for coming today.
You bet.
I mean, if you think about it, when all this debacle started, what was our insurance, Joe? 380 grand, something like that.
It
So,
was-
we're still double what we were 5 years ago, but it's coming down.
Our insurance from 2020, our insurance in 2023, total package was $140,000.
Yeah.
It went up to 1.3 million in 2024.
Yeah, okay. Tenfold. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so we're working our way down.
Yep, we're working our way down, and we're working very hard. Everybody, we're working so hard for you.
I think what we're seeing here is an example, or is evidence, I should say, that 2023 was a knee jerk. There was all the fires. There was the fire in Lahaina. there was hurricanes,
Mhm.
and the insurance companies,
Yeah.
went crazy, and all the standard carriers decided not to insure anybody like us. And we've seen incremental reductions the last 2 years as this whole insurance market tends back towards some equilibrium level. And I think that what we're seeing now, this offer we're getting from USI to go to Lloyd's of London at a significant reduction, is just more evidence of that move back towards equilibrium. So my thinking is that even next year, when we renew, we're probably looking at level or maybe even another decrease. I would be surprised if we got another increase.
But Joe, a caveat to that as well, along with all the work that Stacy and you and others have done, also look at the fire mitigation work that's been done on our property by Bobby and everybody else, involved in the community. And we all know that that has a very positive cause and effect.
Absolutely. Yep.
I
And
think it's
I
just
would point
important
out-
for everyone to keep in mind that it's not just fires. I mean, we could have a bad hurricane season and we'll be picking up the slack on that too. So we just have to kind of wait and see.
And the fire mitigation, I always point out, yes, it's good for our insurance, but really think about the purpose of that. It's to protect our property, like to physically protect our property from fire. So it has multi-purpose. Okay, did we have any other questions? All right. I have a motion, but before I do, I want to thank a new owner, Kalen Brennan. He is in the business, and he looked over this for us and gave us some input, and he has actually volunteered to be on the insurance committee, and I believe I have board approval for that. Everybody, yes, because now our
Yep.
committee will have 2 people instead of just 1, and the insurance takes a lot of work. So thank you to Kalen, and I'll send him an email today. All right, I have a motion. I move that we accept the USI policy as shown with the stipulation that they're able to get the ordinance and law coverage up to $10 million.
I'll
Second.
second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. And I am answering for Chad and Cheryl as well. Anyone opposed?
Sorry, I'm also an aye.
Oh, it's only board members who get to vote.
But we'll take yours too.
Yeah, but we'll go ahead and note that. I'm glad you're happy. And none opposed. Okay. Thank you everybody for attending. It's an exciting opportunity, and I'm glad everybody was able to get on today. I move that we adjourn.
I'll
Second.
second that too.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I see none opposed. Okay. Thanks so much, everyone. Go have a great weekend, and we'll talk soon.
Thanks for the efforts. Appreciate it, guys.
Bye.